Hello everyone and welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. I've been away for a minute but I'm back and I've been trying to build Casita Madrigal from the movie Encanto. I've watched it and I realized the exterior of the build is mustard, but the tower on the side where Isabela lives at the tippy top with all the rose bushes is meant to be pink. So except I go ahead and sort of edit the clip and make the tower pink and the rest of the house mustard and the bottom half a deeper, warmer brown, then it's not going to work, and I just have to stick with making the entire tower, well, the entire house mustard, as you can see here. So yes, I played around with a lot of editing and I didn't really know if I should just stick to making the entire house pink, which is weird. So I've stuck with this. All the features that I could see in the film I've included into the house in the best possible way that I could, and it was really hard to try and make sure it looked exactly, but I managed to. There are 10 rooms in this house because the family is filled with all those members of the famous Madrigal family. If you've not watched the movie, you can see it on Disney Plus or in the movies if you want. But it's a really cool film, and this tower area here is basically infected by Isabela, who has the gift of just erupting with flowers and budding with flowers, and anything she touches just bursts into flowers and so on, which is really cool. So her angle of the house, including this balcony area, basically flourishes with flowers. And then further down you've got the big blue door that is arched, so I worked with this sort of arrangement here that looked like an arched blue door and then we can work our way into the house this way. So as you know, if you're watching the film, you only catch glimpses of the floor plan, and it's a magical house, isn't it? Some of the rooms have no dimensions. It's like each room has a magical world. So all I know is I try to fill in the spaces with warm earthy tones and nice sort of stepping stones in the middle here, arches all around at the bottom, as I could see from clips inside the film. And then they had that center part where Mirabel steps on the middle, and then Casita helps her out with a drum beat for the kids. This is the living room area. I've worked with all the pieces in the game that I think would work in this sort of setting. It's very nice, it's warm. As I say before, it's earthy. So you've got Isabela, you've got the little boy who's going to get a gift today, you've got that area to sit down, you've got Luisa sitting in the living room as well. You then have a door that leads into a bathroom on the side here. And as I said before, I didn't see the entire floor plan. It's hard to get the actual floor plan, but I know that 10 of them or 12 of them actually live in the property, so I made 12 rooms. At the back here we have a study area, and it's next to Bruno's room. Bruno's room obviously has to be upstairs, but again, as I say, I couldn't make 10 rooms on the one floor upstairs, so some of the rooms are down here. One of the reasons I did that, this is his closet, but one of the reasons I did that is because in the film, Mirabel sneaks into his room and then drops down into a magical world where she finds pieces of herself in Bruno's vision. So that's why I put his room downstairs. Okay, so basically you might remember the clip if you've watched it where she is sort of like tempting herself to go through that opening, and down she goes into that world and finds out that she is supposedly the reason for Casita falling apart. Now this is the door that leads into her mother's bedroom. So Mirabel's got a bedroom downstairs, and that's, well, Mirabel's mum, and her mum has the gift of healing with her cooking. So I put food in her room. She gives you something to eat and you've broken your arm, you'd get better. And I also put the first aid box in her room as well. So she's the one with the gift of healing with her cooking. So I put little things inside different rooms to remind me of whose room it belongs to. That's significant of their gift. This is the dining area. This is Mirabel and her dad, and that's actually what he wore in the movie. And then you got that large dining table with a ton of plates, and they set it up for the big dinner. It's meant to have at least 10 or 12 people, but hey. This is Felix, who's married to one of the sisters who has the gift of the weather, and this is just some decorative pieces around the area, the kitchen, nicely tucked away there. And then you've got the pantry, which I think is really nice. I just really love this pantry. It's got all those goodies in there, lots of ingredients. You see the fridge, clear access to it, of course. And then we've got a pizza oven place in this area here, just because. So you can imagine that's Mirabel. You know, they would sit around eating, and you know, food can still be cooked and served up just while they eat. I thought it was a great idea, so I even set it up with a chimney behind it. Now we're going to quickly scoot across to Felix and Peppa's room. Peppa is one of Mirabel's sisters. She's the one that has the gift of, say, if she's sad, a cloud will appear, and if she's happy, the rainbow will appear. So I put these in the room. Again, if you remember, I like to put things in the room that reflect their gift, so I know who's in it. There's just a ton of people in this house. So this is the bedroom. They've got a closet on the side, interestingly placed, and then a door leading into the bathroom. So that's where the couple stays, down here in this room. Now, if I cut across this way, you get to have an overview of the downstairs part of this house. There isn't a live build, and again, absolutely no glitches. I promise you, not a single one. As for a live build, I just have to think about that. I can't promise. I'm incredibly swamped. I set up a seating area here with the pictures of the family members, and then you'll notice one arch, and then further set back a door, one arch, further set back a door, one arch, further set back another door, and so on. Nicely laid out, as I saw in the film. The first door when you come up the stairs is this one here that belongs to Abuela, who is the mother, you know, of the entire house, the matriarch, if you like. And she's got all these beautiful items in her room, knickknacks and so on, a picture of her, you know, passed away husband on the wall and so on. This is her space, a mirror on the wall, a walk-through closet that leads through to a full bathroom. That's what she has in this corner here, a nice master bathroom. And by the way, the only one who has a master room up here. Everyone shares a bathroom. There are supposedly two doors here, one to Camilo's room and one with the stairwell up to the bedroom upstairs. This door is decorative on the side here. It's meant to lead out to the balconies. If you take the flowers off, you can walk out to that balcony. I wanted it even on the inside. So this is Camilo's room, and I managed to really make it work. It's usable. He's a preteen. He's got his closet in the corner there, chest of drawers, a single bed. It's cozy, a rug on the floor, a study area on the side, and a chair. So everything's in here. And this is Abuela in his room. I'm not sure why. Or maybe it's him and his shape-shifted into Abuela. Okay, so past that door on the side, we have another one here that leads into Antonio's room. Antonio is the one who got the gift. You know, he came of age to get a gift in the movie at the time. So his gift was one of wild animals. He could speak to them and they could speak to him, and he understood them and they understood him. And so I put animals in his room and made it look like a little jungle. Remember, their rooms are sort of magical and it's got all these fancy things inside of it. And so this is what I've put in his room to remember that this is his room. There's a restroom here, or a bathroom here, for all the rooms on this floor. They have to share. They have to share. So there it is, a full bathroom for the family on this floor. And then as we work our way around, we come through to Mirabel's room, who is basically, in my opinion, the star of the show, of the film. And this is her closet here. The floor plan is really interesting, but I had to make it work. So she's got a closet on the side, her bed area, a door leading out to a balcony on the side of the build. And if you look at the build in the film, you will notice that there is that section, but I don't know what's on the inside that leads out to it. I stuck this out here, and you can actually use it, you know, dance inside that little area, and it's quite nice. And then further down the hall upstairs, you have Luisa's room, the strong one. Okay, so that's her closet again, sharing the one with the other room across the way. And I remember she lifted the whole of Casita area with her muscles. She diverted a ship from an iceberg. She carried animals. She lifts weights. So I stuck that in her room, and that's why I actually know it's her room. And again, a door out to this area. So both rooms, Mirabel and Luisa, have access to this balcony alone. Okay, now out the door here and further down the hall, we have the room belonging to cousin Dolores. She's the one that can hear a pin drop, so I put shells in her room. It's said that if you put your ear close to a shell, you can hear the ocean. So this is how I know it's her room. I put a ton of shells everywhere, okay, even in the picture. So she's got a closet, a bed, and you know, this is her little corner, and she's a cousin to Mirabel in the Madrigal family. Okay, so that's everything on this floor except for the stairwell leading up to the main flower tower. But we're going to go up to the candle area, where, you know, the candle that keeps Casita safe is situated. And if you have watched the film, you remember that there were cracks appearing on the night that they were celebrating Antonia's gift. And the cracks sort of started heading towards the candle, and Mirabel, you know, got scared that Casita was getting damaged. So this wallpaper worked, you know, creeping up towards the candle like cracks in the wall. Okay. All right. So, and again, at a glance, you're meant to be able to see the candle up front, you know, when you look at Casita somehow. Now we're heading back this way to the stairs that leads up to Isabella's room. Isabela is the perfect golden child, and she's the one that, you know, touches everything and it just buds and buds into tons of flowers. These are some of the shades in her space, but of course, this is The Sims FreePlay. You can't replicate things you see in real life for the most part. She's got a closet in the corner there, and of course, even here you could put a 1x2 computer and she would just sit and the computer would be tucked away further in. So you could swap that for a computer in that space. And as I say, a ton of flowers everywhere. So that's the whole of Casita, and that's 10 rooms. 2 of the rooms have a husband, so they share. So Felix and Mirabel's dad. So here they all are having a meal. That's Abuela, the main, you know, matriarch, and then you have Isabela. No, I'm sorry, that's Mirabel. And then you've got Mirabel's mum sitting next to her dad at the end. Then we have Pepa, who has the weather issue, you know, with her mood, and her husband Felix. And then you've got Isabela, the one with a ton of flowers in her room, and then Luisa, the strong one. I remember their names. And then you've got Dolores, who can hear a pin drop. That's her. Yeah, I think I remember all their names. It just tells you how long I've been on this house, and you know how much I've watched all the clips again and again. That's Bruno, away in his room. You know, he disappeared, so he's basically an outcast in the family because, you know, apparently he would get a vision of you and it's usually bad, and so they don't talk about Bruno. And this is Camilo, who is the shapeshifter. He just takes the form of anyone or anything, you know, as the case may be, you know, depending on what pleases him. One more, I think, yeah, there, Antonio, who can talk to animals, who got the gift in the movie in real time. So that's the entire household and the entire casita. Thank you so very much for watching, and yes, I had fun putting it together and I loved the film. Take care, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye.